Good afternoon. So let me give a brief introduction of myself and my another technology partner, colleague from the industry, Mr. Hadi. Myself, Rishi, and I am one of the co-founder director in IDCUBE. I'll try my best to do justice with this session and take you through on a unified access control to the cloud. And my colleague here from Eagle Eye Networks, Mr. Hadi, will run you through a powerful cloud video management platform. So without wasting much of our time, let's get going. Cloud is everywhere in every industry, then why not security? I would say secured industry is one of the most backward when it comes to cloud, at least in our part of the world, which is the emerging markets. And that's where we need the power of people, we need the power of our industry to absorb the idea of cloud and help our part of the world, enjoy the cloud with its flexibilities and power to extract maximum, from the security products and the solutions to get maximum benefits, both the financial as well as the technology and the solution benefits. So let's try and understand what is cloud on access control, how it has been on video. I'll give my a technology partner to give a brief, give a chance to basically brief the video management industry. But let me speak more on the access control. Until 2022, we were valued, when we say we means the cloud market, was valued at close to $1 billion, out of this $1 billion, 32% of the entire revenue was consumed by the North American market, and the rest of it was across the world. So states still consume maximum of it, but as we said, with more power of data centers all across, it has been getting adopted and accepted more and more across the world. It has been growing as per certain reports by access control as a service market. It's been growing continuously, or it will continue to grow until 2032 at 16.4% CAGR, and expected to be 4.5 billion market by 2030 or 2032. The markets are still very fragmented, not everywhere across the world people have been using it, but most of the mature markets like Japan, South Korea, US, and Europe have been very proactively a part of the cloud. And that's what now we are looking. We have an agenda, to move our markets on cloud as much as possible, and we'll see why. So let's see why it is good to have cloud versus on-premise. So what we have done, we have segregated multiple segments on which we would see why it is better to go on cloud. So one is cost. Obviously, you have no upfront cost. You go annual cost, subscription cost, then putting a lot of financial bandwidth into the capex. You have anytime, anywhere access to your credential and to your platform. You don't need any specific set of infrastructure like SSL certificates or static IPs or firewalls or dedicated lease lines, etc., etc. So you can have an on-the-go experience here. Scalability is linear. You can, as and when, add and increase the computing size, the server sizing, compared to what we see into on-premise. It needs a lot of approvals, a lot of procurement, a lot of vendor management, even to just upgrade one single patch, or maybe to just add one extra layer of security. In terms of security, any access the cloud platform, as far as IDCUBE is concerned, and I'm pretty sure the Eagle Eye as well, we take the responsibility of security, since we are SOC 2 and GDPR the approved infrastructure. And if it is on-prem, then the entire responsibility onus lies on the end customer and the end customer IT teams to make the system comply to the most respected network security standards across the world, which are SOC 2 and GDPR. Inclusiveness means democratize you, whether you are a big enterprise or a small or to mid enterprise, you have the same platform, same functionality to experience compared to the on-prem, wherein the smaller enterprises may cut corners to save cost. Complex maintenance, you need specific dedicated teams when it comes to the on-prem servers, and in cloud, the IDQ will take the responsibilities to ensure that your operations are 99.9% up and running 24/7, 365. Sustainability, yes, is environment friendly. Cloud is environment friendly. We are using big data centers. Data centers are being used by multiple other players, and we don't need a specific servers, specific cooling for the servers, and the electricity, to run those servers. And so as the identities which we normally take on while we are going on cloud. So we try and talk about the mobile identities, wherein we reduce the carbon emission by reducing the usage of the business cards, usage of the access card, the plastic and the paper both. Let's look little more deep inside, wherein we say, okay, I'm buying a on-premise platform. My license cost is maybe just about 9%, and this 9%, we are talking from a report from Intellias. The link is given on the on the lower right corner there, and the report says that while it is on-prem, the cost is only 9%, and in the cloud computing, the subscription fee is 68%. But if we go a little deeper, we understand, it's not just a software license. When we go on premise, there would be many other components and segments which will come in play, like customization and implementation cost. There would be hardware, there would be IT personnel managing the IT infrastructure, there would be maintenance teams and trainings which are required. And if we go further deeper and see what all cost does it attract, and it says on the right hand side, if you would see, let me just bring in my laser pointer here. So if you would see here, so it would say ongoing cost, which says apply filter, patches, upgrades, downtime, performance turning, rewrite integrations, ongoing burden on IT, maintenance, upgrade and maintain network, upgrade, maintain security, upgrade and maintain databases. All these are the recurring cost, most of them, just to manage that infrastructure. And while we compare the two, the on-premise as well as the cloud, we sometimes just look at one single cost, which is the software license cost and the subscription fee cost. And if you look at on the cloud side of it, you would see the only recurring cost to you is the subscription fee. You do not indulge or get any of the costs, or your customer doesn't get any of these costs, which are which are there on premise, but they are still recurring costs. Okay, so that's a big difference. That's a huge difference. That's where you save almost around 4.5 times of the cost. IDCUBE proudly is world's first AI powered cloud access control platform, and we call it access360.ai. That's a URL for it. And we are hosted on Azure, although the platform is pretty open to go onto any private or public cloud, including Google and AWS, or maybe some regional cloud infrastructures. We do access, visitor attendance, and mobile IDs like wallets, all on cloud. Supports all different type of identities which are used as on date in access control, arena, which could be biometrics, facials, NFCs, Bluetooth, dynamic QR code, static QR code, etc., etc. And does support the different hardware, different integrations right there from the cloud. And if you look at the video management, the integration is pretty much with Eagle Eye Networks. Objection handling. So that's the biggest thing. When we go and talk about cloud with our customer, there are always some very standard question which comes from them. And the customer says, okay, our company doesn't have a subscription policy. That's a very basic one, which they always throw to, the cloud enthusiasts. And the answer to them is, every antivirus is on subscription policy. Every ERP, HRMS, which 99% is on the subscription, platform, or the subscription financial policy. Microsoft, which is the Office 365, has the annual billing plans. Firewalls are on annual billing plans. Internet is again, one which is being used to run any platform is on monthly billing plans. Electricity, or AMCs, electricity is obviously everyone knows it's on monthly, and annual maintenance contracts are with everyone. Any organization, any system would require an annual maintenance, which is again a subscription model. So the customer cannot really defend or say that there is no subscription policy. They are already using a lot of systems which are on subscription. And the another generic standard question comes in on the privacy issues for cloud. And I would say, clouds are more secure compared to on-prem. Let's understand why, so that we could also educate our customers. So privacy is not the issue. All our bank accounts, all our email IDs are, corporate email IDs, are ERPs, HRMS, as I said, goes on cloud. Okay. And PII, which is the personal identification sharing with vendor, corporate ID, or business card printing service provider. So these are also, if you go with the third party, they go on cloud. And here, it is again secure with the us as the cloud-based platform OEM are, offering you a secure environment, which is the most respected standards when it comes to the cloud or the database security, which is the SOC 2 and GDPR. But when it goes on-prem, the it's not only the responsibility of the platform or the solution provider, but also it becomes a responsibility of the customer to ensure that their infrastructure is also complying to SOC 2 and GDPR. So in other way, if our end customer asks us a GDPR, we should always ask the customer to provide us a GDPR complying infrastructure in order to host the platform, which can be sacrosanct of the GDPR compliances or the SOC 2 compliances. Another question comes in, our on-prem IT setup is enough? We don't need to go with the cloud, or we can expose our on-prem server to the internet. And so the answer, to the question comes in, or to the objection comes in, the firewalls and lease lines, security certificates, everything goes on cloud. They are already using static IPs, and any customer mid to enterprise may lack the data center level, the infrastructure and amenities. The entire dependency, goes on to the customer's own local domestic teams, which may or may not be as expert as a data center. So, it's complicated for any on-prem end customer to comply with the global standards. Exceptions would definitely be there, but it's up to, differentiate and decide and educate our clientele on that. Next comes in, cloud is more expensive. This is a huge myth, because we ourselves doesn't know, how to sort of be as educated when it comes to the cloud as well as the on-prem costing, so that we could educate our customers. And we would say there is no upfront capex. There are no hardware infrastructure requirements. There are no the as far as access control is concerned, no business cards requirement. There is no plastic card requirement. So the entire cost of issuance of the system usage and the infrastructure comes down by 4 to 4.5 times. We can refer to our table, which was shown in slide number 2, and we can be more confident on how to present it to our customer and how to convince them when it comes to the cost of the on-prem versus the cloud. And my second and third slide, can definitely help you in mitigating any as such issue which comes, or any as such statement which comes to you, which could demotivate your teams or you when it comes to cloud selling. Let me be specific to now, the unification between Eagle Eye and IDCUBE. So recording and management is definitely done within the video management. And we, as mean the access control IDCUBE, can link the doors and the events and the inputs and outputs with each and every camera there, which we will see, when we go on to demonstrating the platform. And that's where you are able to pull any playback or the live video from a powerful engine of Eagle Eye network. You can also connect or link them with intrusion, visitor, or attendance, any of the platform, and combined with obviously access data. So it's the entire unified interface wherein you are able to link each door with each camera within Eagle Eye, or each branch, or the each IO input and output, which is coming to you from either within the access control or third party systems, and you have a unified experience on a single screen for both the platform. And we'll see that in demonstration, as I said. So what do you get, with the unified features? You get live video monitoring in Access 360. You get the GUI, the user interface floor maps of single floor, multi-floor, or multiple sites, multiple floors. Within Access 360, you are able to pick and choose the floor or the doors within the UI, and you are able to see the cameras right there, and then you don't need to switch the windows from one to the another. You can do your, as I said, camera or the door mapping within the IDCUBE Access 360.ai and run the store, and which is the stored video, which is playback or the live against every event and alarm from directly from Eagle Eye engine. And let's go, what are the benefits? So streamline operations, reduce your cost and complexity, help you with the swift decision making. So you can do all your lockdown in case of an emergency. You can do permanent lockdown or evacuation, run on a single click, either from the mobile application or from the platform. And it helps you being 24/7 or 99% uptime. Investigation simplified. Each and every alarm or the event or IOs and the doors are mapped with each and every camera. So help you with the investigations within the access control as well as the video. And Access 360.ai being proactive and predictive with powerful AI engine helps you mitigate any sort of proactively mitigate any sort of anomaly or the vulnerability within the system. Improved perimeter security, so you can map your IO with the third-party systems and with the intrusion to bring in a better situational awareness within the system. So I would like to say thank you from my side and give a chance to my colleague Hadi from Eagle Eye to run you through the Eagle Eye presentation. Hadi, over to you.
Thank you, Rishi. Thank you, ladies and gents, for joining the session today. My name is Hadi Rayees. I'm the Senior Sales Director for Eagle Eye Networks, Middle East and Africa. I've been in the video surveillance industry for close to a little bit more than 20 years. And now, just like Rishi said, we're spearheading the change to the cloud in the Middle East and Africa region. I believe you are able to see my screen right now. So quick introduction on Eagle Eye Networks. Our mission is to deliver secure cloud-based video surveillance and artificial intelligence and analytics to make businesses more efficient and the world a safer place. How do we go about delivering this? By delivering industry-leading cybersecurity, most flexible open platform, highest reliability, fully comprehensive central management for multiple locations, true cloud built exclusively for video surveillance and artificial intelligence, and my favorite of them all, continuous delivery. We're going to touch base on these points a little bit in my presentation here with you. The company was founded in 2012 by Dean Draco, who's the former founder of Barracuda Networks. The reason we mentioned this, to give the audience the feel that our background comes from cybersecurity. Currently headquartered in Austin, in Texas, offices in Amsterdam, and backed up by excellent CCOM investments. These are data centers globally. We have global reach in 110 countries, 650 plus employees, and we recently launched our data center in Riyadh, servicing Saudi market and GCC market as well. What's the differentiation? What's the difference about Eagle Eye Networks? Self-hosted cloud that's dedicated for video surveillance. So we built our data centers on our specifications, racked and stacked with the latest GPUs for our cloud-based AI, purpose-built for video surveillance, and then open platform in terms of integration with third-party solutions, be it access control, command and control, and so on. Camera flexibility. So we are camera agnostic. We really don't care what cameras the customer use. We will work with the existing infrastructure of cameras, digitize them and send them to cloud. And Cybersecurity, again, as mentioned, it is in our DNA. So very important factor in our Eagle Eye offering is our cybersecurity and global partner ecosystem in terms of integration, like the integration that we're speaking about today with IDCUBE. So what we're looking at over here is a quick curve that compares CapEx or on-premise with cloud. As you can see with the CapEx purchase, when we're looking at your hardware investment, the first 2 years, they're amazing, beautiful, servers are running. We reach the third year and the performance of the server starts slowing down, then starts deteriorating, and then your hardware becomes a liability where you start spending money on your hardware. And then at the end of the day, it's no longer useful. And then you have to buy hardware again. And then becomes like a zigzag, investing in hardware. Hardware reaches end of life. We change the hardware. We buy new hardware, reaches end of life. So this is the CapEx on-premise life. While the life of the cloud is much better life because this is your curve and you're always adding on and adding on. Whenever new features are introduced in the cloud, you like it, subscribe, you have it. Think about it like your bank portal. If you have a bank portal with any of the banks and you've had it for 10 years with zero effort, whenever you log into the bank portal, you see new features, new dashboards, new controls, and it keeps on adding and adding and adding with zero effort from your side or from the user side. Also, like we saw with the presentation of Rishi, the expenses that are in the on-prem systems are just hidden, and the upfront payment always looks tempting, but then when you buy in and then you're stuck with lots of running costs after implementation. This is not the situation with the cloud. Like Rishi said, you pay your subscription and you are all set. A little bit on the system architecture. So we triplicate the data cloud for redundancy purposes. Your cameras will talk to a device. We call the device a bridge or a CMVR. The bridge or the CMVR will encrypt the video. The bridge will buffer it 24 to 48 hours and back it up to the cloud. The CMVR, that stands for Cloud Managed Video Recorder, has the option of going hybrid. So it'll still be cloud managed, but the video can remain on-prem or can be hybrid, where you put critical cameras on the cloud, non-critical cameras on-premise. The CMVR is a very good solution for the emerging markets where customers do gradual migration and start shifting their cameras one after the other to the cloud. Also, we have the option of connecting cameras directly to cloud. So with Eagle Eye cameras, or soon with our technology partners, some vendors will be able to stream their cameras directly to our cloud. And then all the AI, all the artificial intelligence takes place in the cloud. We'll still integrate with edge-based analytics from the cameras for certain applications, and we will do cloud-based data mining. And this is where the beauty of upscaling the compute power in the cloud will really not affect the operation at the edge. So we add more features, we upgrade the GPUs in our data center. This will not affect your day-to-day operations. And then integration with third-party AI, third-party access control, third-party analytics is always available through our API. All of this can be monitored remotely through desktop, command and control, or alarm verification center. So the beauty with the cloud, no cost for new features, lifetime warranty on the bridges, support all type of cameras, unlimited resources for future proofing. So you're recording today for 30 days, then for certain regulations, you need to extend the recording to 90 days. Very simple, very easy. Change the subscriptions. All your locations overnight now recording for 90 days. The VMS is a fully featured VMS sitting in the cloud that's designed to reduce operational cost. There's no cost for software updates or upgrades. The word upgrade does not exist in Eagle Eye Networks dictionary. Operates on Windows or Mac from a remote perspective, also cross-browser compatibility, and iOS and Android apps. So applications, license plate recognition, also done in the cloud, camera agnostic. Any camera can be changed into LPR camera. For sure, we have the white paper on the field of view and all the details on the placements on the camera and so on. Artificial intelligence also works on any camera. We can change any camera basically into an AI camera that's powered from the cloud, where we're able to read plates, identify plates, and so on. And then through smarter video search, where we're able to identify objects from a multi-site application through natural language-based searches like Google type search for people and objects and vehicles. You can search people by gender, by upper body dress, color, red shirt, white jeans, and so on. Also, the make and color of vehicles. We are able to search cars by, let's say, red Honda. You'll be able to pick up all the red Hondas that pass in front of the cameras and so on. Also, object, backpacks, handbags, suitcases. And all of this is a work in progress. So, like we said in our first slide, continuous delivery. And because it's cloud-based, you're not going to have issues in enjoying this continuous delivery because it's all subscription-based. At some point, we'll be releasing gun detection, something you're looking for, subscribe, slip and fall, you're looking for it, subscribe. This is the beauty with the continuous delivery of the cloud solution. And then cloud ecosystem in terms of integration with third party, and the subject of our presentation here today, integration with IDCUBE. It makes it seamless to deploy cloud integration because it's all cloud to cloud, no hardware at the edge. So you can have hundreds of sites running in the integration between Eagle Eye Networks and IDCUBE in just matter of putting the two systems together. This is my presentation for you here today. And now I leave it for Rishi and the IDCUBE. Any questions, please feel free to write them in the chat down below.
Okay, thank you, Hadi. So let me again now quickly, I think we are on time. Thank you for that, Hadi. So let me just share my another screen from a different system, and we will take you through the platform. Yeah, I hope you are able to see the screen. So we are just logged into the platform, and the very first, you will encounter when you are there on our cloud platform, there is Aisha to help you and guide you, and navigate you through the entire system. So Aisha is our Gen AI, and while I was just testing, I asked, Aisha a question immediately. I just asked it how to integrate Eagle Eye VMS, and Aisha helped me, the Gen AI, how to integrate Eagle Eye with the IDCUBE platform. So you can ask any question to Aisha, and Aisha will be able to help, say how to configure Fire. And the way I asked how to configure the Eagle Eye video management system, it gave me the answer. And now I asked it, how to integrate Fire, how to configure Fire. It is again giving me, says, okay, bit clear. I'm sorry, but your question is a bit unclear. Could you provide, okay, explain more about it? Okay, let's see what all are there, how to configure. So it'll just throw me the question. So, the question needs to be a little relevant wherein, the AI can pick up. So yeah, I asked it specifically because we are talking about the unification. Then it's asking, where do you want to configure? Basically, that was the complexity. And the moment I told, it gives me the entire stuff, how to configure the Fire within access control. And similarly, it was telling me how to configure the Eagle Eye within IDCUBE access control.ai. Now, let's take you to a step ahead. And so we go on to our another window. So if you could see my cursor, this window called security view. So that means this is the hardware configuration window, and where we run all different type of configurations, including the video. And I will go on the cam details. So if you would see here, my second last icon on the blue ribbon on top is the cam details. So I get into cam detail, I click on cam settings. The moment I click on cam setting, I get server type. So I pick up the server type. Since we are talking about cloud, so we will pick up Eagle Eye Networks from cloud, add username and the server URL. So this server URL is of Eagle Eye's server URL. And once we embed that, then we do the password and we do the save configuration. And once we save the configuration, we get all the cameras, within the platform here. As of now, I have only 3 cameras connected. So when we did the save configuration, we got 3 cameras in the list. If you would have 300 or 3000, all of them would appear here as soon as you save the configuration of the server. So as many as cameras are connected to this particular URL server, those cameras will appear in here. So once we did that, now let's go to our next step, wherein we would link the doors with the cameras. So now, since we have imported the cameras into the system from Eagle Eye, now we will go on to the next stage, wherein we have all the doors which are already configured in our system, and we have all the cameras. So now you will select the camera. As of now, since I showed you on my last screen that we have 3 cameras integrated, so we are pulling in 3 cameras here. Okay, so the moment, if you have 100, it will show you 100. Now, the moment I pull in the camera with this door here, so let's say if the door is, LP1501. So this is the door. I will pull in the camera and let me link. So now FZE Office camera has been linked with this particular door. Now you can give any name to the door while you are configuring this door in access control. I'm pretty sure all of you are pretty much aware of it. Okay. So what are we doing here? We are linking the cameras with different doors. We are linking the cameras with different cameras. So doors and cameras are now mapped. Okay. Now, and all this is one-time activity. However, you can anytime change them by coming back here. Now, there can be various inputs and outputs within the access control or third-party systems, which are integrated with access control. Let's say the intrusion. So any type of third-party input. So now what we are doing, we are linking the inputs with the cameras available, and I have these many inputs as of now configured in my system. So I want to link this input with a specific camera, and I have linked it as well. So what we saw from the second last icon here in security view of access360.ai, that I was able to successfully add Eagle Eye server. Then I was successfully and pull all the camera details, import all cameras into my server, which is the access control. Then I was able to map all the doors with the cameras, and I was able to map all inputs with the cameras. Now, there is another thing which says zone draw. Zone draw means now I will have to import the maps, the map or the layouts of the floors of facility, multiple floors, multiple sites, etc., etc. So let me see if I already have something which is available. And let's see, something is available. But if you want to add another floor, so there is this plus icon which says add. Okay, and you can pick up choose any file, a layout in terms of DWG or the JPEG or PDF, etc., etc. And you can upload another floor here, so that while you select, you have another floor available with you in your selection area. And then once I do that, I simply bring, if you see the camera icon here, which says camera control. So I bring the camera. Okay, so I click on the camera and then I select, okay, which camera, and then I do save. So Okay, this already exists. So it says control already exists. That means this camera already exists. So what I did, I clicked on the icon and I picked up the camera. Then I selected the camera and then I can move or drag that camera anywhere on the layout. Okay, wherever I see, okay, this is pantry and I pick up a pantry camera. So once I bring that pantry camera by clicking on this icon once again, clicking on the icon, I pick up a camera and I bring that camera to the pantry area so that the camera always stays there. Okay. Now now what we have done, we have set up the entire configuration in terms of our layouts, in terms of our cameras, our doors, mapping of cameras and doors, of server configuration. Now everything is ready. Now we are ready to experience the platform. So we go on to the next window where we have everything running and we'll be able to see the cameras. Okay. So while you come here, you would see the the layout, the layout which we designed there. And this layout, if you would see into small circles, these are the cameras. And while I, took my cursor on the layout on the camera, it says IDCUBE FZE Office. Okay. On the left hand side, there are different maps and zones are given. So if you want to go onto a specific layout, if you want to go onto a specific device, okay, you can go onto a specific layout and a specific device. However, if you want to specifically directly go on to a specific door, that okay, I want to see the server room door, so you can simply enter text to search door into the door window, or you can click on any door you see, the camera is connected. So if you would see here, okay, I want to see this camera, onto this door, you can go onto this camera and, see the camera in terms of view and playback videos from here. Okay. Now this is when you remember a specific door. If you want to search, you have thousands of doors, so you can search, from there. So without wasting time, of the camera to fetch the video, let me go on to now tell you. So that's where we see all our controllers. So you see all our controllers are on the same window. And it also tells me which all controllers are active or the live. Similarly, it tells me which all interface are live and connected. It also tells me which all readers are live and connected. And it tells me my inputs, outputs, and my doors which are connected with the camera within Eagle Eye. So what we don't do is we don't clutter your screen with a lot of video pop-ups, okay? Because you may get a lot of video pop-ups, okay? And your screen might get cluttered with a lot of video pop-ups on a single screen. So therefore, what we say, you will get a pop-up, you will get an event, okay? Now, when you click on the event, you are able to fetch a live or a playback video. Okay. So what we did, we just fetch a video from here, from an event. We clicked on an event. It says, it gives me a time. It gives me which controller is it, where was it placed, okay, and what alarm type was it. So we can even bifurcate or configure the alarms into multiple, like attention, warning, critical, etc., etc., different escalations to it. It tells me what time this happened, whether it has been acknowledgement or not, and which facility was it from. Okay. And now I'm able to see a playback video. So the video will run at least 10 seconds, 20 seconds as and what you configure in terms of the playback. So it can take the 10 minutes or 10 seconds, sorry, 10 seconds before the action or 20 seconds after the action. Or if you want to go live, you can also go live and see a live screening, okay, if the teams are active. So we showed it you from two places. You have one, which is your door window. So you can click on any of the door and you can view a respective camera, playback or live from there. Or you can go into events, and from the events you can pick up, a view live or a playback. So view video says view playback video, from Eagle Eye. This video is not getting stored within IDCUBE. The video is still stored inside the servers of Eagle Eye, and we are fetching this video from Eagle Eye servers. Whether you want to go with a, again, as I said, a playback, or you want to go with a live, so the video will be fetched from those servers. Okay, there is another window to see them. So as I said, these are all the events, and the events can also be filtered. So if you want to see, okay, event has happened, but I want to just go and see the event which happened in last 1 hour. So you simply click on, so you can filter the events. So you simply click on last 1 hour, and it gives you the events from last 1 hour here. So as of now, I don't have any event from last 1 hour here on this window. Let's filter some based on something else. Let's try and filter it maybe last 12 hours, today, yesterday, or if you want to custom your requirement that, okay, I want to pull an alarm based on a reader, or based on a door, or based on a start date and an end date. So you can do that as well. Okay, and let's say if you want to say the severity level. Severity means I only want to see the alarms which were critical in nature, and I'm pretty sure all critical alarms will be tagged with the event. So invalid custom date. So I don't have any custom date here. I need to enter a date here. So let's say maybe November, and end date could be, let's say, today. Okay, again, I don't have any information on the severity. There is no critical severity. There was something which was attention, so we can pull in attention. Let's go attention, and yes, so I'm able to pull a lot of alarms which were on the severity level of attention. And now if you would see just on the top here on the right hand side, there are multiple icons given. Okay, these icons are suggesting different severity level of the alarm. So you really don't need to go filter them one by one. What you can do is, now if you would see this particular the icon, it is of critical. So you can pull all critical alarm from here, and then you can run a filter saying, okay, last 1 hour, or last 1 day, or 7 days. Second one is attention, and third one is normal. Okay, so the alarm categorization is also given, and video specific to these alarm will be fetched within the Eagle Eye servers. I'll show you another window from where you can go and see this. So go back to the events. Okay, so there are multiple windows from where you can experience and fetch the video. So the video alarms will come here. Okay, so this is another window of continuous events coming onto a single screen. And so you don't have now multiple informations here. You have just the events coming in here. And events are bifurcated with color and with severity level. So let's see, this is one of the event, which is the attention event. Okay, I want to acknowledge, I can acknowledge. I want to deactivate this alarm, I can. If I want to see a live video, or I want to run a playback, I can do that. So I can run the video from here. Okay, in terms of and this video is again coming within the Eagle Eye servers. Okay, please throw your question in case you have any question. We are open to take these questions. I can see there are few questions which are coming in. I was hoping team to respond. Yes, I think Pushpinder has responded. Thank you, Pushpinder. So what we did, that you have now two different places from where you can see video. Okay, one is the dashboard window, and second is the event window. So if you would see, this particular video is coming from the Eagle Eye server, and the cameras which are mapped with the door in my system, in IDCUBE system. And this is live video, and people are working and you would see, the time. This is a UAE time. So we have 13:27 means 1:27 p.m. on 4th December. So today. So this was to show you the live and the playback. And there are two separate screens wherein you do the monitoring. One is this, wherein you have all the events, all doors, inputs, outputs, and your layouts. Okay, here. So you can even run a video from here. So if you click, I came back onto the layout, and let me just click here. So I clicked here, and it will pull a live video from the camera. So I can even monitor, maybe just running low on my network, using two screen from my phone. So, so I can pull again a live video from the layout itself. So I simply just clicked on the camera right here, and I again have a live footage of the cameras which installed integrated within IDCUBE Access 360 AI from Eagle Eye Networks. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's conclude, the session here and the integration. What we spoke, where we started with why why cloud, what are the benefits of cloud, how it is cost competitive compared to on-prem. That's what was shown and emphasized both by me as well as Hadi. How to curb the hidden cost, which are there into the on-prem versus the cloud. What are the benefits? We talked about the benefits of cloud over on-prem, and then we talked about the Hari talked about the architecture, the cloud architecture. Then we talked about the unified architecture, and here we showed you multiple steps. One is about adding the or adding or configuring the servers, and importing the cameras from Eagle Eye to IDCUBE. Then we talked about mapping the doors between the camera and the access control doors. Then we talked about mapping inputs and outputs with the cameras from Eagle Eye to IDCUBE. And then we also spoke about how to import the layouts, and how to import the layouts, as well as how to map the cameras onto that particular how to map the cameras on that layout. Okay, then we went to the dashboard window, where we saw the layout coming to life with all our cameras, doors, locks, input, outputs, everything mapped onto that particular onto that particular layout. And that's where we see different uh, maps and zones are integrated. We also we also saw the live camera by clicking onto the layout itself. We also saw, and this live footage was coming from, as I said, Eagle Eye. We also saw that all controllers, interface, readers, connected, disconnected, real-time information on the same window. We also saw the uh, active inputs and output on the same window. We saw multiple doors on the same window, which can be searched by adding a text, or which can also be seen by dragging these doors by simply dragging up and down. Or if you remember the names, just type the name and you will get it. We can also see that the video can also be pulled from here. So you can click on camera, and you can again will be able to see live or playback. And then we went on to the window below, which has various filters, and which has the different severity level of alarms given. And you can pull the video footage based on the criticality of an alarm. But before before we say done to the demo, the very first thing which was shown was Aisha. Aisha is the Gen AI of Access 360.ai. You can ask any question to Aisha, and you can be as specific as how do I configure a particular door with a particular camera, and Aisha will help you. Or you may ask Aisha how to configure a particular camera, or sorry, a controller, or a fire input, or a reader, or a lock. Aisha will be able to help you without you going back to our support teams. So To answer, let now, I think I am done with the specific explanation unless there are questions. And I could see there is a question which is coming from Jijin, which says cloud-based integration between Eagle Eye and IDCube is license-based. Any validity for this integration, or is it perpetual? When both the systems are on cloud, and we are talking about cloud systems, so everything will be subscription-based, including the license. So from IDCube side, yes, there would be the license required, to have cameras integrated within us. Hadi, is there anything from your side? Would you like to answer the question from your end as well?
No, there's from Eagle Eye Networks, there's no fees for any API subscription.
Okay, great. So since IDCube integrates with Eagle Eye and we maintain the patch, we maintain the integration. So yes, there is a integration license cost which is applicable, very minuscule, but yes, it is there. Is the cloud locally hosted on each country or centrally hosted somewhere else? It is, very specific question. But yes, if it is with respect to Middle East, we do have our servers available within Middle East and in different parts of the world as well. So if you want the more specific information with respect to a particular country, you can get, or get in touch with us one-on-one. Gentlemen, if there are more questions, you are most welcome to put your question in the chat window. Me, my colleagues, Hadi and his colleague, would be more than happy to take on your questions and help you out with as, best as we could do. Okay, so we are waiting for the questions. Hadi, do you have any remarks on what we did, what we trying to
Thanks a lot.
advocate?
No, all is good. Thanks a lot. And what you showed here, Rishi, is really what seamless cloud to cloud integration is all about. This is where all the world is moving. This is definitely going to add a huge value to all facilities with multiple location in terms of linking their access control to their cameras seamlessly. We look forward to working with the attendees on any opportunity that arises, and happy to have this integration in place.
Thank you, Hadi. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending this webinar. We are honored to have you on this platform. We also have tomorrow an Arabic, the same webinar in Arabic. Any one of you wish to join and experience, the webinar in the regional local language, you are most welcome. We will continue to bring in more content back to you from both Eagle Eye as well as IDCUBE. We'll try and explore different case studies, different scenarios in future. So keep an eye on our marketing communication.